I'm Bill Ladd.
And I'm Howard Hewitt.
And we dig for historical relics.
Look at this! Holy mackerel! We got cobalt! We got cobalt! We travel to battlegrounds, forgotten towns, and ancient sites.
And we hike farther than everybody else into the woods.
Oh yeah!
That is sick, 1805.
Oh yeah!
Look at the detail on that one.
Oh man!
And you wanted to go to a park instead of this.
Oh.
Nobody is as passionate about digging history as we are. Yeah! Howard's got a new baby.
Yeah!
That's a beauty. When we're ready to dig, we go hardcore.
The frozen ground don't stop us. No. Yeah, we're really excitable here.
Well, this
Very
is
easily.
Howard can lose his mind when he finds something rare, and then I get going too. And then I've had people say I sound like Adam Sandler when I start screaming. So. Oh yeah! Look at this. Yeah!
Oh, that's a nice little crock.
There's nothing on it, but.
Yeah, but that's nice.
Oh yeah! Hell yeah! Getting wet, but it's worth it.
Holy mackerel! Look at that!
I've broken an ankle twice, had Lyme disease twice. We always got to find out where these deep wells are. The water wells are still mostly open. Tick-infested woods, snake-infested woods. Just the tangles of vines and the briars and the thorns and mosquito bites. You know, you got triple E. There's dangers in the hobby, especially deep in the woods, and we go deeper than anybody else. That's what separates us.
Yeah.
We find untouched sites because we're willing to hike further than the other guys. The guy going out for a couple hours in the morning, he wants to get home for the football game. I don't care what I'll find out the score later. I'm going out dawn to dusk. And I'm going over the stone walls. I'm going around the open wells.
Swimming over or through the brook.
And doing whatever we got to do. Putting our socks, taping our socks up to our jeans so the ticks don't go up our legs. And soaking ourselves with bug spray and just always trying to be aware of all the dangers involved in the hobby. Especially digging these dumps. You have landslides. We've created a couple of nice landslides.
Yeah, we have,
A double header.
I got a double header! Holy mackerel!
One time out, we might come home with a $30,000 relic. The next time, maybe a couple $100 worth, but it ain't about the money to us.
It's about the story behind the relic. What you're holding in your hand makes you a time traveler.
And that's priceless. You can find the rest of that stone.
Yeah! What a good man! Oh, yeah! Woo! What a carpet ride! Woo! Hang on, baby!
You've been saying that all day. We were just saying you've been awful quiet today.
Yeah. He was awful quiet. Now he's not.
Not anymore.
You know, we do have a lot of fun in this hobby. We really do. And, you know, it's not like we're retirees out on the beach finding bottle caps.
Happy Joy!
What do you got?
It's a 14-karat gold ring!
Yep.
That's a perfect example of going the extra mile. We don't go around the brush. We don't go around the trees. We rip them right out of the ground.
Pull it out of the ground and move it out of the way.
Because we're so serious, we want to know what's under that tree. We know there's stuff there.
Exactly.
Every time
know.
we clear brush, we say, okay, how many coins you think we're gonna find? 4?
2, 3.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Barrel hoops are no match.
Go ahead.
You know, mentally and physically, this is really demanding work.
And we work harder than the others. Other guys are leaving with a backache. We go dawn to dusk.
Right there.
To find the most target-rich environments, we have to use a lot of research tools, old maps, old cemetery records, town halls, find the old timers, whatever we can to find productive sites.
Ship on it. No! Yeah! Oh, God! There's a ship on one side and an anchor on the other. Oh, Bill, that is awesome. Look at that. That is sick. That is sick. Look at the anchor. Look at that. Yeah, that's a sick clay pipe, folks. Oh.
Another thing that sets us apart is after we're done digging, we head home to research what we found. We want to look for the provenance. This is a ginger beer bottle. We just dug it out of a Civil War campsite. That means a Civil War soldier drank out of it. As long as we document that, it's a Civil War artifact with provenance.
You know, because of Bill's famous finds, you know, he's one of the most recognized faces in the hobby. He's a cover boy. Finding a monogrammed artifact, sterling silver, circa 1820, maybe 1850s, and we're going through the map of where we were, and right on location, and we'll find who it was to whom had lost it.
That's the thing that separates us apart. Other people would throw a spoon into a shoebox with all their other junk. We want to know who ate with that spoon.
Old Saul. You ever heard about this elephant?
Is it the Providence guy? From the...
I can't remember, but the name rings a bell. Okay, let me put it to you this way. I can't wait to Google Old Saul.
Let's see that. How? We want to put a name to it. We want to add provenance. It makes the finds worth more money, and we're doing our record keeping. Yeah. We're doing our homework.
Yeah. And we're getting recognized for that.
Yeah.
And all other professional fields, you get recognition for doing the homework.
And that really puts us above the others who are just, again, going down to the beach or just strictly looking for coins. You know, we're looking to add provenance, we're digging history, and we're identifying history. On August 29, 1778, this cannonball was fired at the American troops by the British. We know it's British because of its size and weight. It's been preserved with electrolysis, and its value is actually under $1,000, which I think is way too low. This is a piece of American history in our fight for independence, and I think it's worth a lot more. British ball that was fired right in the middle of the battle. It's all documented. Fired from a ship right in the battle. Now, did that take out a line of troops? You know, it's amazing to hold this thing and wonder exactly how many lives this thing might have taken out. It might have taken out a whole line of troops. And it was British, so it might have taken out a whole line of American troops.
Yeah.
So that's it. We feel a connection to these relics where other people, maybe they're not thinking as deep as we are.
Look at that!
Nice, nice.
I get this.
Does it say Denby? Does it say Denby on it?
Nice. I like that. Any figural.
What
awesome.
a day! What a day!
Yeah.
It turned out to be a good day. Wow!
It had a paper label.
Oh, this is sweet. Look at this cave. That's pretty sick.
Ain't it?
Yeah, we get up at the crack of dawn. We hit the sites early. Other guys are still sleeping. And we start moving some dirt. Sometimes we take new guys with us. They might last till noon. They'll say they got a sore back or something. They'll head home. We'll continue digging. Depending on how it goes, we'll probably start wrapping up. As the darkness is coming in, we got to make sure we got enough time to get back to the truck or whatever.
Right. I know there are lots of times, you know, that Bill and I were out in the woods and we're looking for a specific site. And the mosquitoes and the horseflies are so thick, you can't even breathe through your nose without drowning one in.
Button. And this looks like there's got something under there, but it's gonna... a droopy eagle or something, or hopefully. This would be a nice find, if it's military.
You know, the old timers are great. I mean, we went to an old timer gave me a tip about a swimming hole one time. That was just like, no one knew of anything about this swimming hole, and we went there and cleaned up with silver coins and gold rings and all kinds of stuff. And if it wasn't for this old guy remembering where he swam as a boy, no one would have
ever known.
Stuff would still be there.
That is unbelievable, Bill. Look
So
at that.
everybody's getting goodies today.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
sick.
Doing good.
I'll grab it in a second. This is a beautiful colonial well that's still open. Now let's look at the cellar hole. Good size one. Good size cellar hole means they had some money. Had some large cents and lost them in the yard, hopefully. I'm probably standing on the center chimney. It was like a pretty big basement, pretty intact.
Good point. I mean, you have to try to think of exactly what this foundation might have looked like. Where would be a good place to dump your trash? Exactly, and that's the fun thing, is trying to envision what everything was. Trying to say, okay, well, that must have been the barn foundation over there. You know what? Wow, look at this. This stone wall must have, you know, encased the pigs or whatever. You know, we got to try to. We're going back in time. Some of these sites, 300 years old.
Oh, older.
1,600 sites.
1,600 sites. Wasn't that one day you and I went out and we found how many untouched virgin sites?
And most of them were 1600s, 4 of them.
4 of them.
Not on
In
any
one
maps.
day.
Not on any maps,
Maps.
because there's no plat maps that go back that far.
Right.
So the 1800s maps we had didn't even have these places on it.
No.
Now, unfortunately, we didn't clean house with coins and relics, because we found out later through our research these were subsistence people that just lived off the land. The earliest settlers, you know.
Oh yeah, they were really struggling. You know, I mean, if they had a length of thread at 16 inches and a broken axe blade, you had something. You know? Yeah,
And
it was really that bad.
We didn't find any china or anything, because they were probably carving wooden bowls and stuff, you know.
Exactly.
So
everything was made out of
gone.
wood. Yeah, there was
No buttons, because
no
they probably didn't
buttons.
have any on their shirt. They probably still had animal skins back then or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But these are our earliest settlers, so what we did found is a real treasure in itself.
Yes.
Just
The
because
site itself is the treasure.
these are our forefathers that used these items.
Yes.
The earliest people that lived in our area, because that wasn't too far from where we live.
Right.
And some of these places that are 3 miles into the forest are basically untouched.
Untouched, yes.
We may be the first eyes to see this. We're probably the first feet to walk down the cellar steps. Well, there's a connection there. And there's a connection when you put your hand on something that a relic that was used in that home. You dig the skeleton key that opened the door.
Exactly.
You dig the shoe buckle that the gentleman of the home wore in the colonial days. You get a connection because you're the first person to touch it in 300 years. First person to touch it since the day it was lost 200 years ago. 300 years ago. That's the connection. That's a good way to describe it. I mean, the same thing. We also we don't limit ourselves. I've said this before. We don't limit our collections. We'll collect anything that's collectible.
Right.
We love history.
Yeah. You know, 'cause
I
we
got
love
into
history so
Indian
much.
artifacts heavy for a while when I was in college because the connection there is unbelievable. I mean, you're digging up a stone tool from primitive man, some of them 7,000 years old.
Early archaic.
You're the first hand to touch that since the guy who made it 7,000 years ago. Talk about a connection, and try to put yourself in the place of, you know, having nothing, having to make everything out of stone.
To make everything out of nothing.
Yeah. No electricity.
No.
There's no
tools.
electricity back then. That's why we kind of like to make that connection, because in this day and age of cars and electricity and video games, it's hard to picture living off the land. Or making a stone tool or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know, well, for most people in the modern day, that would be difficult to do. You know.